Colombo to the sands of Dubai, through the thunder of Incheon to the lights of Hong Kong. 4 nations, one dream, power, passion, pride. Who will rise? Asia Rugby Emirates Men's Championship 2025, a defining step on the journey to Men's Rugby World Cup Australia 2027 qualifier.
शोले को आग होते देरी नहीं लगती बाजी पलटती और पलके नहीं झपकी बहता पसीना और सांसें दहकती मेहनत ही करवाती जीत अपनी पक्की गिरे उठे लड़े और फिर जीते हमने कमर कस ली रग रग में रग्बी रग रग में रग्बी रग रग में रग्बी Good afternoon and welcome down to the Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground for Game 4 of the 2025 Asia Rugby Emirates Men's Championship, Hong Kong, China versus Sri Lanka. I'm Ashton Hyde and alongside me today is former Hong Kong international Jamie Hood. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi Ash, it's great to be here. What a great occasion and a fantastic stadium to be in.
Let's quickly have a look at the first round highlights of last weekend.
Put the Koreans under pressure. This man has been good so far, Jang Hyangju. Nice flat pass. Cutting back infield, and that's a lovely offload. Brilliantly done that time by Jeong Yong-suk. And the running a nice angle that time was Dinale Kanai, going to pass into Bandara. Puts the fender on and his pass inside is not a good one. Marasinghe. Eshan Johnson to Akash. His good ball from, and lovely hands from passing to Bandara, and Murshid Zore goes under the post.
The kick has gone through and Prost has taken really well. A big clear out. UAE has regained the ball after this. Oh, and a great line there from Statley, who's then given
offload to Brad James. He comes around, gives a little dummy, absolutely bounces off Nate Deteri and in over. What a try.
Oh, first game for Brad James tonight on the international level, and he has stood up ball and it's gone out, and they've got men out wide everywhere. It's a numbers game here, and it will be finished off by Max Denmark in the corner.
Yeah,
it's really good attacking play.
Ball secured by Portes at the front, and they work that drive again. Pereira have got up underneath them, but it's come back. And nice little offload here. Sejin goes to the line and he'll go over. Simple clears to the big centre. Walsh, ball's out the back, and here we go for the UAE. They'll go in again. So maybe they'll look to go a bit quicker. Now they're back into that mauling shape. Bit more momentum this time. The Korean pack rumbles forward. Wang in the back. They're inching forward towards the line now, making good progress. Backs come in to add some extra momentum, and they've been awarded a penalty try. Quick ruck ball. Got numbers out here on the left. Go back inside. Well tackled. And they dive over. Over the gain line. Lee throws a nice pass, and it's the big tight head. He'll go over. So they're playing under advantage now. Simple on the wraparound. Fries a big wide pass out to Naisal, and the UAE will go in the corner.
After round one last weekend, Hong Kong have 5 points following their dominant 43-10 victory over the UAE in Dubai. In South Korea's opening match, they also managed to claim 5 points after their thrilling 38-34 victory over Sri Lanka in Colombo. But then came yesterday's round 3 clash, an absolute nail-biter where the UAE pulled off a stunning upset, edging out South Korea 38-36 on the roll. This result has put Hong Kong firmly in the driver's seat for this tournament. Now let's have a look at the starting lineup for the Sri Lankan Tuskers. Up front, we have Wija Sandara, Kaushan and Jija Wera. They will have their work cut out for them today up in the front row against this dominant Hong Kong forward pack. At number 8, we have Karuna Talaka, who is the vice-captain and will be looking to provide some great go-forward ball for Jansen and Radwata, who will be looking to ignite this exciting backline with star players like Ika, Nayaka and Gauda. We'll also look for Zubair at fullback to offer his impact.
Here's our Hong Kong lineup from this week with 6 new starters posted from last week, with 5 in the pack. Strong scrummager Zakia Simon coming as a tight head prop, with Callum McCulloch joining Mark Pryor in the engine room, looking to add impact with his strong offloading game. James Sawyer and Luke van der Smit join captain Jos Hurstich in what is a big, powerful and skillful back row. The backs list only one change in a well-established back line. Halves, Coombs and Thierry feed big ball carriers Hill and Axton Burnett alongside Flyers, Sayers and Worley, with the skillful Paul Altier getting an opportunity in the wing in the wide open spaces of Kai Tak Youth Sports Arena. There's plenty of size and skill off the bench, with bomb squad post Solomona Pensa and Cinnamon adding impact in the latter stages, and the talented Alessandro Nardoni is looking to make his long overdue debut from the bench.
The Asia Rugby Emirates Men's Championship has taken on new significance this year as the final stage of the Asian qualification for the 2027 Rugby World Cup. 4 teams enter this tournament with dreams of making their way to Australia. We have Hong Kong, South Korea, Sri Lanka and the UAE. The winners of this championship will qualify directly for the World Cup, while the runner-up faces a playoff against Africa's second-place team for a chance at the final qualification tournament. We are down here at Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground, and it is all go for a fantastic contest between Hong Kong China and the Sri Lankan Tuskers. What are your initial thoughts here, Jamie, on this exciting matchup?
Yes, Ash, it's been some fantastic, great games so far. A few upsets in this tournament already, and I'm sure this test match will not disappoint today.
As we see the captains leading out their sides, with Joshua Hurstich representing Hong Kong and Tarinda Radwata leading the Sri Lankan Tuskers. Everything to play for today. Such an important matchup for both of these teams. Hong Kong China looking to continue their dominance in the Asia Rugby Championship, and newcomers Sri Lanka are looking to make their place on the world stage in this highest level competition. And it's a funny day with weather today. The sun is shining, it is hot, but it is raining, so it will be wet underground. It could be a difficult day for ball in hand.
Very difficult for the teams out there today, very slippy, but Sri Lanka will be no strangers to that. The racecourse ground is notoriously wet and boggy underfoot, very similar to some of the conditions we have here today.
As we see both teams lining up for their respective national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are able, please now stand and show your respect for the national anthem of Sri Lanka.
現在有請各位起立，就斯里蘭卡國歌。
And please remain standing for the national anthem of the English Republic of China.
'And there we have it. The stage is set for this test match between Hong Kong, China and the Sri Lankan Tuskers. And what a fantastic opportunity for both of these teams here today. Hong Kong, China had an impressive start to their tournament with a 43-10 victory over the UAE in Dubai. Coach Andrew Douglas there will be happy with his team performance, although there was still a few bugs that could be worked out. And the Sri Lankan team looked impressive in their first opening match of this Asia Rugby Championship.
Yeah, two teams that had impressive but very shaky first games, and I think they're now into their groove in this game. I'm really looking forward to seeing what both teams can really produce today.
As we see Rodney Gibbs there, the new coach that has been brought into the Sri Lankan team. He is a former New Zealand All Blacks Sevens assistance coach, and he has got great pedigree. And in the Olympic Games in 2024, he first took the reins in their match versus Korea in this opening game. In charge of the whistle tonight is Jacko David. As we look to get underway, Sri Lanka through Radwatsa goes deep, and we're all on. Well taken, and great meters after contact from the captain, Herstich. Van der Schmidt gets an early touch. As Hong Kong, China look to clear their lines. Well taken from the fullback, Zubair. The Sri Lankans looking to play with width like they love to do. Jetson gets it across to the big lock, Marasinga, who's met in a great collision there from Mark Pryor.
Penalty advantage, high tackle.
Advantage being played. Free ball now for the Sri Lankans as they look to go wide through Zubair. And it's Gowda. He throws it back, but Zubair cleans it up nicely.
Pushing.
Coast-to-coast stuff here for the Sri Lankan Tuskers. Bandata.
Yes. No words.
Very good work rate does Bandata.
Away 6. 3 away.
Good solid defense here from Hong Kong China as they look to come back through the new man, Kaoshan. Jensen goes short side again. It's lost forward.
Be careful. Just a tackle above the shoulder there.
But DeVitt pulls them back. It's a high shot, so they're going to go back to the penalty.
Yeah, strong defence there from Hong Kong in that opening stanza. Great return from Sri Lanka, though, getting well back over halfway and then holding onto the ball really effectively in those opening passages. Hong Kong have got to be careful of the strength of Sri Lankans in the outside channels. Got a lot of skill, a lot of pace, a lot of stepping players.
Radwata, the captain, has looked very good in the opening game. Kicks well off the tee and punches that one down just outside the 22 of Hong Kong China.
Can we give them numbers?
The first real attacking opportunity for this Sri Lankan team. They need to get the set piece right. Kaoshan looks to the front to Bandata, and it goes wide to the big ball carrying Madusaka. Good collision there from Van der Schmidt. Radwata.
No words. Tackler needs to move, mate.
Jensen. Back to Gia Sandata.
Away, tackler.
Happy to just recycle the ball here, Sri Lanka. Good little out the back. Backwards. With a bit of width through to Ikanayaka. That's better now from the big log, Marasinga.
Second go.
And the penalty comes, defense, and he goes quickly, does Visan Jansen. Jawa Sandata has to go in at halfback. Oh, and a little dab through, and it pops up, but Althea throws it away, and it goes behind the line. So they get away with one there to Hong Kong China.
Lovely bit of ingenuity there from the Sri Lankans. That's what they've got to do. They've got to break this game up as much as they can today. Little kicks, little dips. They will not beat the Hong Kong defence by bashing into them. So little skillful things like that, it's fantastic from Sri Lankans.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that they're looking to build phases. They're not trying to push things, but in turn, they're still getting the ball to the wide channels. They are very strong out in the opening flanks, so they want to get to the likes of Ika Nayaka and Bandata out in the wide channels. This first scrum up will be an interesting contest. Sri Lanka found it difficult against Korea last week, and you could say that could have been their downfall as Hong Kong put a lot of pressure on, but they do really well to get it out the back. Making some solid defense there from the Hong Kong China midfield.
No Thank
you. Jensen through to his vice captain, Karuna Tanaka. Good footwork there from Madusaka.
Side entry, taking out the jackal.
And it's a side entry call there from DeVitt, so it's going to be Hong Kong China getting the penalty and releasing a lot of pressure.
Okay, thanks. Just take a jog with me quickly. Yeah, I just need the tacklers out my thing.
Yeah, great work there from Hong Kong. Just strong defence. As I said before, Sri Lanka will need to be a bit more creative to break down the strong Hong Kong defence. Big tackles in the midfield from Tommy Hill and Ben Axton Burnett. And Nathan Terry's made a good touch there, deep into the Sri Lanka half.
You get a lot on that, which is fantastic. And the first real attacking opportunity here for Hong Kong China. They have been deprived of possession, but McCullough does really well at the back of the lineup, and it's set nicely for Scott, who's in the driver's seat. They're happy to march this one up the field is Scott. And they peel away, and Van der Schmidt has got possession. Coombs finds Famitau, who had a really strong performance last week. And Sawyer is strong. Happy to put some whip on it now. Deteri finds Altia, who gets around and puts a big bump on. This is better now from Hong Kong China as Pryor gets an early touch in this test match.
No.
Coombs gets it to Deteri.
You happy? Okay with that offside?
Marshalling the troops out wide, and Famitau is so difficult to put down. But the Sri Lankan inside centre, Madhu Shankar, does really well to stay strong over that ball and win the penalty for his team.
Yeah, great defensive organisation from Sri Lanka there as well, matching, going toe for toe with Hong Kong. Hong Kong building the phases nicely, but Sri Lanka matching them at every step of the way.
Both teams offering some good attacking phases, but then letting the steam off when it counts. Sri Lanka clear their own lines and bring play up to the 35.
No, get back in. You were here, get back in. No numbers, you don't need to be more. Let's play. Stay as you...
Kalshan finds an early target of Bandara. A little bit of footwork before contact there. As they're happy to go back to the short side.
Turnover's good. Off your feet, Whites, let it come.
And Hong Kong doing really well to cause a bit of mischief there at ruck time as McCullough finds a bit of space down in those side channels. Cinnamon goes in at halfback, throws that one back out. Axton Burrett gets it across to Worley, but he's not able to hold that one in.
It's a missed opportunity there. Hong Kong with a few numbers on the outside channels. Did very well to turn that ball over. Those are the opportunities Hong Kong want to take.
That's a real shame, just taking his eye off the ball a little bit. He is so dominant with ball in hand.
Thank you, keep it up. First one was good, fellas, let's keep it up.
As we get a good look at these front rows, Famitau, Scott and Cinnamon looking to put real pressure on this Sri Lankan front row of Wija Sandara, Kalshan and Gia Wera. This is where the Koreans exploited the Sri Lankan Tuskers. Hong Kong China will be looking to do the same, as it's dominant, but they get it out nicely. And it's out the back door there for the fullback, Joubert.
That's fine.
Jensen to Bandara.
Rock.
And Jensen goes to the skies.
Obstructions.
But obstruction called from the loose head prop, Wira Sandara.
Thank you.
And that's an easy penalty there for Hong Kong.
You can play, there's the mark, don't ask me.
It'll be interesting to see what their mindset here is, Jamie. Do they look to take the secure three, or do they go to the line and want to put pressure on here?
Yeah, I mean, Deteri is shaping to line. I'd be tendency to go for the same sort of option after the last line out and drive. Looked really threatening, really dangerous with that last drive, and I'm sure they'll do the same on this one here.
Such an attacking weapon for this Hong Kong China team as they look to go quickly. They find their middle target, Vanderschmidt in the pocket, takes it well, and it's marching. Scott has now got it, and there's a real roll on here from Hong Kong as they're marching forward. This is really good from Hong Kong as Paul Altier even throws his body weight into it. They will not stop it, and Callum Scott gets first blood for Hong Kong China.
Fantastic try. Great line out, well executed. Backs joining the back of the ball. As soon as it started moving forward, it looked like it was always going to be a try, didn't it, Ash?
Yeah, they were always going to go for that driving option. They've got a big, strong forward pack that are going to look to muscle around this Sri Lankan Tuskers team all day long. You can imagine that they're going to try and exploit that ball as much as they can. And from over 20 metres out, they march that one right under the try line, and it's Callum Scott who gets the goods. relatively new man to the Hong Kong setup, played his rugby for London Scottish in the RFU Championship, and I believe he's following in his father's footsteps, who also represented London Scottish.
Yeah, that's the danger for Sri Lanka, a costly error, an innocuous one, just being offside at a ruck there. And one kick into the corner, line-out throw, and we've got a try. They're under their own sticks. And that's the danger they're going to face today. They've got to be squeaky clean. They can't give away too many of those little errors that are going to let Hong Kong get field position, get territory, and then ultimately score tries.
Teteri punches that one through the uprights, and it's 7 playing nil down here at Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground. We've had 11 minutes played, and the home side are first to get points on the board. It was a really strong set-piece drive as the whole team almost threw their bodies into that to get them across the line. And why not? It paid dividends as we get back underway. Coombs clears his lines nicely. And Zubair does really well to get that one in. And he looks to take them on himself and go back down the short side to Ika Nayaki, who kicks it out on the full. Another unforced error from the Sri Lankan side.
There you go.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and find a balance between being spontaneous and creative and playing the percentages, Sri Lanka, today. They can't have those sort of errors.
Scott finds Sawyer down the back, and they go to it again. Why not do them all? As Scott has to rip that one away, goes himself. Coombs finds the big Zach Cinnamon, who throws his body weight into things. Teteri looks to go wide. Inside ball, Harry Sayers with a bit of space. He's got Axton Barrett outside him, and it's try time in the corner. 1-2 punch for Hong Kong, China.
Okay. Tackle. Be careful. Just get it lower, thank you.
Almost the same script as last time. Check. Costly error on one side of the pitch leads to a try on the other side of the pitch.
There is a potential.
This Hong Kong China team are so clinical,
that inside ball there was indeed forward, yes.
If you let them get away with easy penalties,
no try.
Hold on, there's a bit more drama to be had here. The referee is calling back for a forward pass, so TMO has re-looked at that, and it is no try.
10-meter line.
Tasoko Kawahara on the TMO has pulled this one back, so unfortunately Ben does not get his try.
That's it.
And it's a Sri Lankan scrum on the 40. And it's Axton Barrett who throws that one as well, and it is slightly forward there to Sayers. But we can see their attacking mindset, and they're ready to play here today, Jamie.
Bind!
Yeah, for sure. Looking to get their flyers into the match. Harry Sayers has had a great tournament so far, as is Matt Worley.
Another strong scrimmage, but they get it away nicely, and Virat puts that one in behind. But on the full, another error from the Sri Lankan Tuskers, making it really difficult for them to put something together.
Tip of the line. Let them line up tip of the line.
So Hong Kong with another attacking opportunity. Looking to go short now.
Red, let's set it, please. Let's get in.
5-man line out. Scott looks for Pryor up front. That one's a bit wayward, but cleaned up nicely there from Sayers, who loves to go for a run, and he's got so much pace, and excellent footwork does Harry Sayers. McCullough throws this one to Teteri, and Axton Barrett gets it and kicks it through. Eltier putting a lot of pressure, and Zubair can't keep that one in.
Okay, both of you, we're not going to do that. Get out of the
Yeah, well spotted by Ben
Axton
Burnett there. The Sri Lankans are starting to come up from the backfield into the front line. They're feeling stretched, they're feeling vulnerable. So there's going to be a lot of space in behind for those little chip kicks. Another error from Sri Lanka again, kicking ball straight out on the full.
Right.
And you would imagine with the dividends that they've had at Maul time so far, you've got Luke van der Schmidt in the pocket. There's only one thing that they're going to do. And unfortunately, it goes too far and it goes into the hands of Chaturanga. And Sri Lanka punched this one away. So a massive get out of jail there for the Sri Lankans. Poor execution there from the Hong Kong China side.
There it is.
They do get another roll of the dice as McCullough does nicely this time to Hill. De Thierry finds Van der Schmidt. Oh, Luke Van der Schmidt with an excellent step. And Luke Van der Schmidt is going to go under the sticks. Thank you very much.
Huge try from Hong Kong there, Luke van der Schmidt. What a marker that puts down, what a line from him.
Oh, Luke van der Schmidt left out of the 23 last week, but he's got a point to prove today, and what a way to do it. In the 15th minute of this Test match, he puts a barnstorming run right down the centre of the field to score under the sticks and make this 12 points, playing nil. De Thierry, kick to come.
Yeah, our try is good.
Thank you. I'm good, mate.
And I feel like that's all Hong Kong have got to do is play the percentages, keep hold of the ball, get in the right places, and mistakes from Sri Lanka and points will come. From a Sri Lankan point of view, they've just got to keep the ball, I think, and play to their strengths. They've got so many fast, agile, quick players out in the wide spaces. Can they get the ball out there effectively, and can they take advantage of those players?
This is really nice set-piece play here, and when you've got Luke van der Schmidt running on at that sort of pace, it is so difficult to stop. And he'll be ecstatic with that opening try. But you're absolutely right, Jamie. Sri Lanka, they've got a lot of attacking weapons, but they've got to give them the opportunity to be able to use it. Can't keep giving away silly little errors. As Coombs gets it back to Worley. He puts a massive kick through. It's well taken by Zubair, who finds Ratwata. He's happy to put an up and under and chase himself. And the bounce of the ball, Ratwata gets it back there for Sri Lanka, and they do well here from Bandara. Jensen gets it across to the big man, Marasinga, who's hard to put away.
Hands on the deck first.
Jensen. Ratwata looking for a bit of width now. Bandara.
Release! Release!
This is better from Sri Lanka. As the big tight head prop, Jiwa Wera, gets manhandled.
Slow ball for Sri Lanka, it's not what they need. Very slow ball.
It is a maul, he doesn't need to move, it's not a tackle.
So Hurstich gets himself on the other side of it, and because it was a maul, he was not forced to roll away, so making it really difficult for Jensen to be able to play that ball away. It's smart play from the Hong Kong China captain. He knew what he was doing.
He's a wily man, Josh Hurstich, very wily man.
He's been around the traps, Josh Hurstich. He is New Zealand born, played his club rugby for Petone in Wellington. Also had stints in Ireland for Gary Owen Rugby Club, as well as playing in the rapid rugby competition for the South China Tigers. As Hong Kong China get their first put into the scrum, it's dominant. And they're going to look to muscle them up all day, advantage being played. So it's free ball here for Worley. Worley chips one over for himself. Does great to get that back, pulls it in, and Eltia has got a bit of pace and a good flick pass out the back. Big Tommy Hill gets it back into Worley, and Worley in the corner. That is absolutely sensational from Hong Kong China.
Fantastic try from Hong Kong there. Lovely finish from Matt Worley in the corner. Offloads out the back, chip kicks. What did that not have?
The skill set on display today is absolutely brilliant. Matt Worley The chip to himself, the flick back, and then Paul Altier to throw that one out the back door to Hill. And then the support play from Worley. From setting up his own try to finishing it off, Matt Worley can do it all. And that's Matt Worley's 14th try in 14 games for Hong Kong China. His strike rate is sensational. And a change to kicker here. Paul Altier looking to take this one from the sideline. Paul Altier, a very strong kicker in his own right, taking it over from Deteri. But he pushes this one away to the right, so the score remains 19 plays 0 with 20 minutes gone. Well, you must say that Hong Kong China have really hit their straps now, Jamie. They're looking really exciting with ball in hand.
Yeah, Hong Kong and coach Andrew Douglas will be really happy with that. They're starting to get rid of those cobwebs that were perhaps there last week in the UAE. Really starting to finish up opportunities that they've got as well. So yeah, very happy with a 19-0 after 20 minutes. Really, really good for them. Sri Lanka just giving away silly errors, isn't it? If they keep the ball, if they use the pace and the power they've got out wide, I think they'll pose Hong Kong some threats, but just unable to get into the game so far.
Yep. As we stop for a little bit of a water break, it is extremely hot down here in Hong Kong, so safety first, get everyone hydrated and back out there. But a quarter of rugby gone, and we've had a lot of action to keep us entertained. Hong Kong China putting on a great showcase here so far with some sensational skills and really strong forward play. Sri Lanka need to find something. They need someone to put their hand up. The likes of Vice-Captain Karuna Talaka needs to offer something to get his team go forward. We've got super exciting weapons with Ikanayaka and also Bendara that they want to use. We're back into the action now as Van der Schmidt finds himself out wide. Coombs
Take it in.
to Deteri.
Stop, Red. Okay, good.
Bendara up and
Get out
under,
wide.
goes himself,
Okay, good.
and Van der Schmidt does really well under the high ball.
Missed it now. Second go.
Altier goes in for half, gets it deep to Deteri. Zubair
Inside.
takes that nicely. He's within his 22, so he'll look to clear his lines. And he does exactly that with a strong kick.
Hey,
Putting
this is not
play
cricket.
around 55 metres out from their own try line.
Yeah, better passes of play there from Sri Lanka. They've got to break this game up somehow to create opportunities for their speedsters. And kicking going to the high ball is one way to do it.
Hong Kong China opting for the short line out once again. They like to have these big ball carriers in the midfield. As you see, big Tom Hill getting stuck into his work.
No!
Coombs shaping to box kick, and that's exactly what he does as Altier puts a lot of pressure on this one. And it's bobbled forward.
Backwards we go. Line out, red ball.
But backwards is the call, so it's going to be a line out to Hong Kong China in the attacking 22. A great result from a good kick.
Red ball.
Yeah, lovely kick there from Jack Coombs. Really nicely weighted for his winger.
Sorry, time off. Play it down.
As they say, the kick is only good as his chase, and Paul Altier put a lot of pressure there on Bendara.
Captain.
Yeah, very athletic, very skillful player, Paul Altier. Can play at fullback, can play at 10.
Good.
He's playing today on the wing.
Paul Altier, born in Bangkok, before moving to Hong Kong. He played all through the age grades in Hong Kong, went to Bath Uni, and now he's playing in the French League. He's a real talent
Let's go.
and a great member of this Hong Kong China side. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of him
Just all it for me.
in
Time off.
today's
Time off.
fixture. We just have some running repairs here on Luke van der Smit. He's on his feet, so it looks all right. Another difficult position for Sri Lanka to defend. Hong Kong have threats up front with the driving maul, but then they've also got these strike weapons out wide, the likes of Altier and Worley. As they go to the front through McCullough, and they set that ball nicely. It rumbles up the short side.
Dealt with that well, Sri Lanka, dealt with that very well.
Cleared away nicely. Hill gets it across to his centre pairing, and Pryor gets stuck in to a bit of work as Sawyer makes a great bit of ground. Sawyer. Coombs quick ball. Gets it to Hurstich, the big man. Hurstich reaches out and dots it down. They're going to have a look upstairs, and the TMO is going to just check the grounding on this one.
The decision is try checking for grounding.
Tosoko Kawahara from Japan up in the TMO. That looks pretty good to me. It just needs downward pressure over the line.
Yako, yes, you may our try.
Yako David blasts the whistle, and the try is awarded. Joshua Hurstich, too powerful that close to the line.
Yeah, really good team try that from Hong Kong. Just recycling round the corner faster than Sri Lanka could move their bodies round. And a great finish from Josh Hurstich. The long frame and long arms stretching out, giving Hong Kong their next try.
And it looks like Altier has taken over the kicking duties from both wide and near the front. And this time he makes no errors and gets the additional 2. So 26 plays nil down here at Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground. So big, so strong, so hard to put away that close to the line. As Radwati gets us underway, Hill finds van der Smit. The try scorer picks and goes himself. Gets it to Famitau. Duteri punches this one down the centre, but it's cleaned up nicely from Radwati, who puts a little chip in himself. Oh, well done from Coombs. And the ball is bobbled, but it's on the Sri Lankan side. And it's helter-skelter stuff down here, but the Sri Lankan Tuskers have run away with it through Bandara.
Got to play here, they've got numbers.
They've got to get a bit of width on it, and they do exactly that. But it's slow ball, and Ikanayaka has to just settle it. The big tight head prop, Gia Wera, not able to pull that one in. Another unforced error here from the Sri Lankans.
Those are the broken game elements that Sri Lanka are trying to recreate, trying to put into this game. And you can see the threats they've got when they come alive.
6. With 6.
That's what pressure does. Hong Kong doing really well to use a lot of different facets to their attack. they're showing dominance up front, but also happy to use the wider channel. So it just makes it so difficult for the Sri Lankan team to defend. And with that pressure, little mistakes like that creep in.
Don't. The kicks. The block could happen 5 minutes earlier. No dancing. Yeah. Tight head, patience.
We get a good look here at the contest between Cinnamon and Wija Sindera.
No, it's in.
And Cinnamon trucks it up.
No, good.
Good leg drive there from the front rower. Coombs plays it away to Terry. Gets whipped out there to Axton Burke. A white ball across to Sayers. Harry Sayers just bumping people off.
On the body, not on the ball. Happy.
McCullough. To Terry.
Taken back.
Happy to settle this one down at the 30.
You know, Nate's disappointed with himself there on that decision to kick, but it's not too dissimilar position to the two other tries that Hong Kong have scored from a line-out down there. So plenty of pressure on Sri Lankan line-out here, and we might end up with a similar result.
Yeah, I think Hong Kong understand that they just need to win this territory game. If they can keep Sri Lanka down in their own half, put the pressure on, they may make mistakes, and that's when this Hong Kong China team can capitalise. Another messy line out there from the Sri Lankans, but Vanderschmidt can't keep that one in, and it's going to be a scrum for Sri Lanka in the midfield.
You can see it now, the slippery surface outside, a bit of sweat on the hands now as well, a few tired arms. Come to the end of this first half, there's going to be a few more errors.
And it looks like we have an early substitution here for Sri Lanka. Tilaka Ratna is heading off the field, being placed by Wikra Marachi.
Can we set those line-outs in a straight line? Okay? Straight line, it looks a little bit messy. 6. Time is off, so relax.
And it may not look it on your broadcast, but there are patches of rain here in Hong Kong. So the ball is, as Jamie said, a little bit slippery, a little bit difficult to keep in hand. That being said, the skill set on display so far has been pretty impressive.
Not a bad attacking option here for Sri Lanka. Hong Kong got to be mindful of the backfield, so dropped a few players back. Plenty of options out wide for Sri Lanka.
Taking options left and right, but they've got to get the scrum first, and they go quickly. Jensen throws it back out to the blind side, and it is a nice carry there from Madusanka.
On his feet, you put a weight on him.
But Tom Hill does really well to get over that ball, put his hands on it, and force the penalty. I would imagine Hong Kong China will look to plug that corner once again and get this rolling maul rumbling up. It's worked so well for them already in this contest.
Okay, got to set Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka right here.
Scott looking to play this one quickly, demanding the ball from the ball boy. It goes in fast to McCullough. The setup is strong. Scott, ball in the back. Looking to truck it up.
One inside entry, 4 whites.
They've got the advantage, so it's free ball here for Coombs. Deteri takes it to the line. Big ball carry from Tommy Hill, and he gets it away to Altia, who goes in for his second.
Lovely support line from Altia, and lovely presence of mind from Tommy Hill, doing what he does best, knocking people out of the way.
Yeah, so hard to defend that close to the line. Big men running at holes. And Altia, Johnny on the spot, knows exactly where to be.
Yeah, goal is good.
Every time Hong Kong China are getting down into this attacking 22, they're coming away with points. They're looking really clinical in this opening 30 minutes of this test match, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, I think they come away with points every single time they've been down here. I think part of the problem is Sri Lanka are really struggling with their exit game. They don't really know if they're going to run, if they're going to carry, if they're going to kick. Seems to be lacking a little bit of clarity there, but Hong Kong have taken advantage of it. There's another conversion slotted over from Paul Altier.
It's an impressive showing from Altier so far, but let's have a look at this again as Deteri goes close to the line, gives it to Hill, and it's just that small offload. Numbers are all you need in that situation. Altier with the spoils. And it's tough for Sri Lanka as they slowly get back to the halfway. They need something here to lift the morale.
Time off. Number 10 off. Red number 10 off.
Red 10.
And it looks like Deteri is coming from the field. We saw Altier take over the kicking. I just wonder if there is a small injury there for Deteri. But Joseph Barker gets his second test match for Hong Kong, China. A fan favourite down here. Joseph Barker is a great footballer with plenty of experience.
Just a knock-on in the contest from White.
Bark's a fantastic player, mercurial talent, great coach as well.
Here it is.
Thinks about the game a lot, and I'm sure he'll put his impact on this game today.
Josh, let's have a look at how you take restarts and kicks.
Wakefield,
that we don't move
north of England, before he made his way over here to Hong Kong, played and coached for Kowloon.
No influence yet.
And now is getting his second opportunity in a test match that has a forward pack. Marching forward and real dominance. What a great situation to be in for Joe Barker.
Bind! Sit!
Needs
Just
ground
a slip
there
of legs. We're going to get their feet
from Hong Kong,
closer
China.
to the break, to the mark.
Before the ball went in, lots of pressure. So
okay, Red, that's the first one and the last one for the game. Thank you.
We're going to go again. It's a bit
feet
messy.
Closer. It's weight underfoot. Feet closer. Carry your body weight. Thank you. Let's go.
You can hear there Jaco Davet just saying the wet ground underfoot is making it difficult to get that grip in at scrum time. So they're bringing the forward packs a little bit closer. Take away the impact of that hit.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Love to see Hong Kong have a go here.
Is a better contest now. Really strong showing the advantage again.
One loose
for Hong Kong, China. As Hill gets that one through across to Worley, bit of space. Well taken though. As Altier has to do a lot to keep that one alive. Vanderschmidt. Hard to put away.
Tackler there.
Barker. Next to Barrett. Looks for that little cross kick again. This one is well taken there from Ika Nayak. Well done there from Jensen.
This was good. Leave his neck. Thank you. Use it.
Now, Kushan has to go in and play halfback.
No words.
Wijat Sindara.
Not many Sri Lankan bodies on their feet at the moment.
It's slow here for the Sri Lankans. Happy just to set it up, look to clear their lines. Radawata punches this one down and manages to find touch. So an okay result there from Sri Lanka. But they're not out of the woods yet. Hong Kong, China now have an attacking line out, still within their half.
5.
Scott looks for his familiar target of McCullough, but it's messy at the back. And it's going to be a scrum down. It was a good contest there from the Sri Lankans. They made the ball difficult for McCullough, and then the transfer between the lock and the halfback just not quite as clean as Coombs would have liked.
Yeah, I think they've realised that Callum Scott just wants to get to the line out and throw it in as quickly as possible. And if they're there too, nice and early, they can put them under pressure. Lovely starter from Hong Kong on that scrum on the far side. Yeah, Joe showing his class and looking to play wide, showing his adventurous spirit, and getting another little touch before Axton Burnett puts the kick into the corner. So still applying pressure on the Sri Lankan team, but they've done very well to exit from that, and they've got another chance from this scrum here, Sri Lanka.
And it looks like the big man, Zach Cinnamon, is getting some running repairs on that lower back. That lower back that's got through an immense amount of work today. He has been really strong up front.
Back in the day. You good to go?
Quite dominant.
Okay.
Zach, he's English-born, but Hong Kong raised. He played all the way through the Hong Kong age grade.
We're going to start setting.
Also played for England counties in the under-20s. Now makes his trade at Sandy Bay Rugby Club alongside his brother, who's also in this match day, 23, Rory Cinnamon, who we will see later today. But the deep heat is rubbed on. They're ready to go as his son, Jensen, looks to get this one in. And they do that nicely, using a bit of width. This is better from the Sri Lankans. Zubair finds it in the wide channel, not held, so goes again. Jensen, Ratawata, finds the big lock, Marasinga. Back to the short side. Show and go. And that's better from the Sri Lankans. They're just managing to hold the ball a little bit, play a bit of rugby, force Hong Kong to make some errors.
Much better endeavour from Sri Lanka. Lovely to see them really attacking those wide channels and get some reward from it as well. Opportunity now to put Hong Kong deep into their 22.
And this must be the best attacking opportunity that Sri Lanka have seen in this half so far. They need to get this set piece right. Kaushan needs to find his jumping options, Bandara or Talakaratna, to set something here for this exciting backline. And it is Bandara who they look for, but Hong Kong China put heaps of pressure on, and Coombs is able to clear this one away. It bounces really nicely for Hong Kong China, but they go quickly, and Zubair has it, puts a little chip in for himself, and he collects it. No, he doesn't. Zubair just not managing to pull that one in, and it's charged down. Sayers, Worley managed to clean it up. Bit of footwork back into Sayers. It's really messy down here, but Jaco David says there was a forward pass, so they're going to sit down for a scrum.
I'm glad Jaco was keeping up with all that. Ash.
Helter-skelter stuff down here at Kaitak Youth Sports Ground.
Those little chip kicks in behind from Sri Lanka really starting to pose Hong Kong some problems there, asking a lot of questions.
You can see Hong Kong are trying to put a lot of pressure on that defensive line. They're coming up quickly, so a way that Sri Lanka can combat that is with these little chip kicks. It keeps Hong Kong honest. And another good attacking opportunity if they can get this set piece right. That's better from Sri Lanka as the vice-captain gets it off the back. Zubair with a big wide ball across to Ika Nayaka, and he's the danger man. Great offload to Bandera. Bandera goes himself. Oh, how good is that, Bandera? Try time under the sticks for Sri Lanka.
What a starter, what a finish. Fantastic from Sri Lanka. That's the creativity, that's the pace, that's the agility we've been looking for in this game. And boy, George, we have it in that last move.
And that man right there, Rodney Gibbs, will be a lot happier getting that try in before his team goes in for the halftime spell. What a important psychological milestone to get across the line at least once in this first half, and to do it this close to halftime, really important for the second half for the Sri Lankan Tuskers. Tarinda Ratwata manages to get the extra 2. So it's 33 playing 7 to the home side down here with only a couple of minutes to play in this first half. But that's really good work from each of these wingers. And Bandera left, right, under the sticks. Really well done. And the Sri Lankan fans are ecstatic with that one. Really good to see all the support down here at Kaitak Youth Sports Ground. What a great place to play international rugby, as Barker puts too much on this one. So we're going to go back for a scrum in the midfield. And this is another unforced error from Hong Kong, China. Sri Lanka, the momentum shifting ever so slightly towards the Tuskers.
Yeah, uncharacteristic error there from Joe, but Sri Lanka, the Tuskers have got to build on this. They've got to grab this opportunity with both hands. Fantastic opportunity attack here from midfield. Hong Kong will have to drop a few players back. They can use the danger men again.
Really great position to attack from, with options both sides here for Sri Lanka. Ratwati and Madhusanka line up behind each other here in the midfield. Threats across that back line. They get it in quickly and go blind. And Jensen gets that one across to Ratwata.
Release now.
Marasinga quickly offloads through Bandara. Zubair, good little inside back ball through to the peg lock. Marasinga.
He's had a great game today. Lots of big carries.
Very strong. And he gets back into his work again. And has this fallen on the Hong Kong China side? It has. So they're going to blow that one up, and that is enough for the first half. Hong Kong China showing real dominance in this opening 40. However, Sri Lanka coming back there in the final minutes, setting things up for an exciting and interesting second half here, Jamie.
Yeah, both teams put a great performance in that first half. Hong Kong will be very pleased with the result on the scoreboard, the way it looks moving into the second half. And then Sri Lanka with a fantastic try just to finish off that first half. These are very tasty going to the second half.
Yeah, this Sri Lankan team can never be written off when you have such danger men out back. But let's have a look at all those highlights, and there were plenty of them here in the first half in Game 4 of the Asia Rugby Emirates Men's Championship. As the opening try here is just a masterclass in forward play with a really strong ball, and Scott looks to score this one.
Yeah, the second try was a bit more of a backs move with a huge step from Luke van der Smit. Looked like he might get caught in the last 5 meters here, but fantastic finish from Luke.
Try number 3 comes after a masterclass from Matt Worley, who punches that one across the hill, gets it to Eltier. Eltier backdoor to Hill, and then he flicks it back in to Worley. What really good skill. And this one from the captain, just brute force. Josh Hurstich plowing himself over.
Yeah, we really have been treated some fantastic tries today. Up front with the forwards, but that one slipping over there was Paul Eltier. Nice offload from Tommy Hill.
And this is Sri Lanka's effort, linking up between Eka Nayaka through to Bandara. Really, really good try. And we will be back shortly with the second half. Stay tuned.
Colombo to the sands of Dubai, through the thunder of Incheon to the lights of Hong Kong. 4 nations, one dream, power, passion, pride. Who will rise? Asia Rugby Emirates Men's Championship 2025, a defining step on the journey to Men's Rugby World Cup Australia 2027 qualifier.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place. But some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
The Rhino recycled range. A ball for the planet.
Since 1888, the British and Irish Lions have embarked on a journey like no other. A tour that unites the greatest players from 4 teams, bound by one common goal: victory on foreign soil. The British and Irish Lions represent more than a team. They embody tradition, pride, and the spirit of rugby. For 2 decades, DHL has been more than a sponsor. We've been the team behind the team in rugby's greatest journey. From the moment they land, we deliver, on and off the pitch, connecting continents, players and fans for rugby's greatest moments. This year, we celebrate 20 years of delivering the British and Irish Lions.
Rugby Emirates Men's Championship between Hong Kong, China and Sri Lanka. And it has been an exciting matchup in this first 40 minutes, with Hong Kong, China showing real dominance in this opening stanza, scoring a lot of silky tries. But Sri Lanka are not to be written off just yet. They scored a really nice try through their electric backs on the stroke of halftime to give themselves a much-needed boost going into the halftime break. Jamie, what are your thoughts on this second half of international rugby union.
Yeah, Hong Kong look really settled now. They've blown away the cobwebs from that first game, and they settled into this game nicely, and they've obviously gone out to quite a big lead. But lots to look forward to in the second half, with Sri Lanka scoring that last try, just showing us a glimpse of what they're capable of. And if they're able to move the ball effectively in the wide channels, we could see some more wonder tries like that last one.
And it's really exciting for all the fans down here, and plenty of them have come through. I believe the ticket sales are around 2,000 down here in this purpose-built stadium right outside the Hong Kong China Kai Tak Sports Ground, where they had their first Hong Kong Sevens down here. A brilliant expedition of rugby.
Yeah, great to see so many fans making the trip over here to Kai Tak. As you say, it's a beautiful place to play rugby. Wonderful setting.
Okay. And we've got the ball on the pitch. So David blasts the whistle, and we're underway here for the second half of Game 4 in the Asia Rugby Championship, as Gowda trots this one up just outside the 22. Jensen goes to the skies. Sayers, Barker, sorry, gets that one across to Worley, who puts it across to Eltier. Bit of space here for the danger man. Flicks that one to the inside, but it's taken nicely from the Sri Lankan number 7, Chaturanga. Kashan gets it out the back door to Rawati. This is better here from the Tuskers. Gowda just straightens things. But Jensen wants to go quickly, darts himself, little pop, goes across through to Bandata. Bandata, little chip over, collision with Worley, ball out on the full.
Yes, straight out.
He feels hard done by there, Bandata. But Worley just holding his line.
Yeah, I think if that ball had bounced in play, it might have been a different story, but ball going straight out.
Open up.
But you can see Hong Kong looking to throw the ball around. Eltier just not able to link back up with Worley, as Scott goes down and finds the back of the line out through Sawyer. Another maul set up. Scott's got it in control at the back, and Hong Kong are marching down the field once again. This is such a strong facet of Hong Kong China's play, and so difficult to defend, as McCullough looks to take this one from Scott. Finally, down at the 22. As Sawyer picks and goes himself. Oh, good from Sawyer. Finding a bit of space there on the blind side. And Sayers gets the ball ripped away from him.
Stay there.
Great defensive effort there from the Sri Lankan Tuskers. Jensen finds Radwata. Punches this one down nicely. But Barker is there to collect it and finds Worley, who gets it through to Eltier. Eltier puts the step and the gas on. Paul Eltier, too quick in the corner. That's 3 for Paul Eltier.
Lovely finish from Paul there, but really made by Joe Barker and Matt Worley. Worley just sucking in defenders, distributing at the right time.
Paul Eltier making his way into the starting team after coming off the bench in last week's game against the UAE. So much class from this right side winger.
Sri Lanka again finding it difficult to exit out of their half. Kick managed to find grasp. The chase just didn't manage to hold that field position.
And Eltier hasn't done himself any favours with dotting with that one right into the corner, so he's got quite a challenging kick here to get the extra 2.
Line out some more. Make sure that the ball gets transferred back. Another player that slips a little bit back. Yeah, that's good. 15. 5.
Always a difficult challenge from the sidelines. Paul Eltier not able to convert. So 38 plays 7, but have a look at the pace there from the winger. Too fast. Too elusive. Hong Kong, China, here to play.
Yes.
Short kickoff taken by Hill.
Rook! Use it!
Hurstich to Worley. Goes back in. Famitau puts a little step in, head down.
Away.
Out the back door. McCulloch, so good in these wide channels for a lock. Gets barreled into touch though.
We'll have a line out.
But McCulloch has played a lot of his rugby in the sevens format, so he is confident with ball in hand out in those wide channels.
Yeah, we're disappointed with that carry. He's looking for the offload in the inside. Disappointed to go into touch, but there's number 1 of the bomb squad coming on to the front row as Zach Simon comes off.
It's been a big 45 minutes for Zach Cinnamon. He's been really dominant, but Solomona Penasia gets his chance as Hurstich carries this one nicely, but is rolling the call. Penalty awarded there to the Sri Lankan Tuskers. And that's a massive let off in pressure. Just getting a little bit too eager on the ground, trying to make a few extra meters.
A good opportunity now for Sri Lanka to attack again with good field position, good set piece. Can they execute this line out, get the ball into the wide channels again?
Yes.
It's a great position for the Sri Lankan Tuskers.
White number 2. Wide 2. Wide 2.
As Kalshan
Time is off.
is getting replaced.
Time is off. Completed.
So
Just hold them, just hold the time still
Adakaram
off.
will come on, and his first action will be a throw into the line out.
Time is off. We did the same for you.
Talk
when you
about
were down
pressure
there.
for your first moment
Fair is fair.
in an international test match. But Chanel Adakaram
He's going through some
has to do
strapping
it.
today, eh?
A little bit of confusion
Substitution for Sri Lanka.
up here, just making sure they're getting the replacements on properly.
It's a big midfield to be running up against. Josh Hurstich, Luke van der Smit,
Time back on.
Joe Barker, Tommy Hill and Ben Haxton Burnett.
Bendara does well at the front of the line out, and it's the new man, Wikra Marachi, who trucks this one up. Jensen finds the likes of Lujan. Another unforced error from Sri Lanka. A great attacking opportunity ripped away from them.
Yeah, not a bad starter there from Sri Lanka again. Just managed to make the gain line, but then it's that next phase. It's the organisation. It's the errors, the little unforced errors that are creeping again into their game.
Now a chance for Faisal Solomona Penasia to put his mark on this front row. They look so dominant in the opening half. Hong Kong, China up front. Coombs gets this one in, and they're happy to keep it in. Hong Kong, China marching the Sri Lankan forward pack back, and the advantage is played. That's really great work up front there from Famitau, Scott and Solomona Penasia.
The effect that has on the Sri Lanka team is huge. Not only is it a penalty, but it gives them advantage to play on before that. It saps their energy, and they know every time they make an error, a knock-on or a forward pass, they're going to be packing down against a really powerful Hong Kong scrum.
So important in the modern game to have a quality front row that can set this platform for you to launch from. Scott gets the ball quickly. They've been looking to play at real pace. And they find McCullough. Nicely, Barker gets it through to Vandersmith. Coombs looks to come back through Famita. Good wide ball there to Hill, finds Barker out the back. Big wide ball goes through to Paul Altier. Vandersmith pops it across to Hurstich. Oh, really good work there from the open side. Chataraka.
It was good. Survived the clean out.
That's exactly what you need from your open side flanker. Tackle was made nicely, and he was straight over the ball. Lahiru Talakaratna doing exactly what his team needs to get them out of danger.
Lovely deception there from Joe Barker on that last Hong Kong attack. Just holding him behind the front line of the Hong Kong attack, looking to make his mark. Question whether that long pass up to Altier was the right option, but when your man's been scoring 3 tries, you got to back him.
Happy.
Yeah, you can tell they just want to get the ball into the hands of their danger men nice and early. Sri Lanka again look to go up front. And it's turned over there by James Sawyer. Solomon Penasia.
Need to move it quickly. Joe Barker getting frustrated with the Hong Kong forwards.
So Barker punches this one down.
Lovely kick.
Great kick, putting pressure on Sri Lanka, but they do well to punch this one back. Barker not able to pull that one in, but Worley is there to clean it up. And Worley looks to get this one off the field of play, settle things down a little bit. Not quite the option that Hong Kong wanted to go for.
Yako substitution.
Time off substitutions.
Red number 1, number 2,
As
number 6.
Hong Kong China look to put in a plethora of replacements. Rory Cinnamon, Alex Post and Patrick Jenkinson in the forward pack.
Substitution from Hong Kong China, entering the pitch.
And then the new man, Alessandro Nardoni, in number 23, makes his debut.
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
Good call from Hong Kong coach there, Andrew Douglas. Game losing a bit of impetus, a little momentum. Bring your bench on, try and add some impact.
And Sri Lanka do the same with Wija Sindara and Gia Wera leaving the field.
Time off.
And the big men,
on.
Gamage and also Wikra Marachi, come onto the field.
Contest was good, but it went forward from his hand in scrum. Thanks, Tom.
And these 2 new front rows are going to get an early clash against each other.
Hong Kong new captain is number 12.
Got it, thank you.
And
patience.
Hong Kong,
the first starting 6 did really well. Let's keep it up.
With Hurstich coming off the field, the captain will now be Thomas Hill, familiar captain for Hong Kong. As we see Rory Cinnamon, the Sri Lankan front row,
I'm so glad that happened.
quite eager to make a difference here, make an impact.
There's the mark, let's go.
Dasana Yankee has come on here as well.
Really interested to see how Alessandro Nardoni goes in the outside centre channel. Normally coming on the wing or often playing at back row for his club. Really powerful, really strong runner. Played for Hong Kong Sevens as well.
An athlete all round, but too eager is this new Sri Lankan front row. So Luke Vandersmith gets the free kick and opts to go quickly.
Turnover's good, lads.
But it's turned over from the Tuskers. Messy ball. Both ways. Coombs punches this one down.
50-22.
A really good kick there under a lot of pressure, and it is a 50-22. That is some brilliant skill with messy ball.
Kick as well.
Hong Kong China have done really well out of that.
Yeah, great awareness from Jack Coombs. Lovely execution.
And the line-out drive unsuccessful, as blocking
in front of the jumper
is the call. They're getting in front of the jumper. So, a little error there from Hong Kong China.
Just went straight in front of him. Don't lose concentration now.
Radwata punches this one down to about the 40.
Yeah, the danger now for Hong Kong is that they lose their discipline. They think there are things there that they can play to which aren't there. They've just got to stay composed, collected, and make sure they look after the ball.
And the vice-captain takes that one nicely towards the front. And they look to fight muscle with muscle here, Sri Lanka. Jensen out the back there, Radwata. Good
Lovely
work.
defence from Alan Ardoni.
From Nandoni. Oh, great turnover there from Sayers. Barker punches this one down. He would have liked to keep that one in the field of play. He had Worley chasing after that. But a Sri Lankan player must have got a touch to it, because it is a Hong Kong line-out, and post goes quickly to Jenkinson through, and Hill gets that one to Barker, gets it across nicely to Nardoni. Eltier finds Worley. Barker just looks to steady the ship there. Sayers.
No, own players, no, don't play to 9.
Hill. Coombs, Cinnamon. Bumps one off, great there from Cinnamon, gets it to Worley, and it's strikes off for Worley. Rory Cinnamon showing fantastic skill to get that ball away to the ever-elusive Matt Worley, scoring his 15th try for Hong Kong China.
15 and 14 games there for Matt Worley. Fantastic finish. You can just tell that Hong Kong, when they look after the ball, when they build pressure, it's only a matter of time before they cross the white line. Lovely delay on the starter play there from Joe Barker, just holding the ball, double pump to release his outside backs and really putting the Sri Lankan backline under a lot of pressure. We've got Paul Altier to add to his tally of points for today.
And Paul is racking them up. Already scored a hat-trick. In charge of the kicking now, with Terry leaving the field. But Hong Kong China too strong with ball in hand. It's an easy 2 for Altier. 45, plays 7, 55 minutes gone. This is really good from Cinnamon. Bumps one off, drives his legs through and manages to get the ball away. And that's probably one of the easier tries that Matt Worley has scored for Hong Kong China. Radwata goes high. Not able to take this one clearly, so Coombs under a lot of pressure. No one there to play halfback, so Van der Schmidt picks and goes short side. Barker clears this one.
You can see the willingness of the Sri Lankan team there, the back three, to try and catch that ball and play quickly. It's good realisation that that's how they're going to break this Hong Kong team down. See there from the kickoff, Hong Kong don't want to let those errors creep into the games.
I don't know their call, sorry.
Well cleaned up there from Jack Coombs. Did really well at the back.
Sri Lanka looked to switch it up and go to the right side with a really high kickoff, making it difficult for Pryor to be able to get that one right. And Bendata does well at the front. It's a bit messy, but Jensen does really nicely to get it out the back door. Radwata finds Bendata. He's elusive.
Yeah, he's been very impressive today, is Bendara.
He has, as they do well through Chaturanga. Good phases here from the Sri Lankans. Met in the midfield is Marusanka. Radwata wide there. That's bobbled through. And it falls on to the Hong Kong China side. Nardoni does well to clear that one. Vanderschmidt, backdoor to Hill. He's got plenty of options. Barker goes himself.
Rock.
Hill again. Thinks about kicking it. Decides better.
Rock.
Trucks it forward. Coombs. McCullough.
Away. Advantage. Slow roll.
Advantage being played. Vanderschmidt. Nardoni. Eltier. Worley. Oh, little inside pop, but Post can't pull it in. But they're playing under advantage, so they'll come back.
Lovely passage to play there from Hong Kong. You can see the game starting to open up, can't you? You can see the spaces, some tired bodies out there. I think we're in for a little treat in the last 10-20 minutes here, Ash, with the amount of tries that might come and they're open playing rugby.
Yeah, they're really happy to throw the ball around Hong Kong, China.
You're on it.
And as you can imagine, Barker shapes to push this one right into the corner. But he tries to get too much on it. And that goes over the try line. So another little error. Not exactly what they would have been looking for. They're going to go back for the scrum towards the 22.
Patience. Wait for the set.
Lanka won't be happy with that. He's played quite well in the minutes he's had so far. Just a little too eager to get close to that line.
Yeah, he's got this Hong Kong back line and shapes working very nicely in the second half since he's come on. Yeah, but you're disappointed with that last kick.
It's a better scrum there from the Tuskers.
Stop.
Worley. Open field running here for Worley, finds Eltier. Nardoni. Oh, he's strong. But gets met well in a good tackle. Vanderschmidt gets taken care of nicely. Barker, short ball to Pryor. Pops it up, Coombs plays quickly. Barker goes again. Sayers, wide ball to McCullough. Hong Kong just getting through their phases. Andoni, Worley, Eltier flicks that one out the back. Oh, and this is good here from Sawyer. Oh, Messi taken nicely from Hill. Vanderschmidt straightens. Worley, wide ball now, through to Post. Post gets it to Sayers, and Sayers reaching for the line. Does he get it down? Yep. Unfortunately not. Just not quite able to keep control of that ball.
No advantage.
Red substitution, Jakob.
Red substitution, send them.
Red substitution.
And Sayers just stretching out here.
Yeah, unlucky there, Harry Sayers. I think Callum McCulloch might have a few choice words from after the match. Not passing the ball to them there near the line.
When you finish in the 22.
As we see James Sawyer leading the field, got through a lot of work, did Sawyer. Very good in the tight channels. And Piers McKinley West has taken the field.
Pierce has had a standout season for Hong Kong Football Club this year. Top quality player, really good over ball. Good skills as well from his time in the 7 setup.
As McCulloch sets this one nicely. And they just push this through, and Luke van der Schmidt charges this one across the line. It's another driving ball try, this time for van der Schmidt.
Luke van der Schmidt.
Second of the game for Luke van der Schmidt. Clinical, brutally effective drive there from Hong Kong. There's lots of tired Sri Lankan bodies out there. They've had to defend a lot of scrums, a lot of mauls in this match, and it's starting to tell now.
Post gets a great line out, no contest, and they don't even need to get the ball back to their hooker. Van der Schmidt, first receiver there, and just drives straight across the line.
Keta.
And you must say, this forward pack of Hong Kong China have shown real dominance in this test match. They have been the difference here today.
Yes, yes.
As Altier punches this one across. 52 plays 7. 63 minutes gone, and we're going to stop for a water break. We can see just how hot it is down there.
That was a good bit of running now.
Really good to see Bendara there from Sri Lanka running out to chase the kick down. There's a lot of pride in the Sri Lanka team, huge playing numbers over in Sri Lanka, and I'm sure there's lots of them tuned in to watch this match today. So it'd be really good if their team could give them something to shout about for the last 10 or so minutes.
Couldn't agree more there, Jamie. There's still a lot to play for. As we know, the winner of the Asia Rugby Championship goes straight through to the Rugby World Cup in Australia in 2027, but the runner-up also has an opportunity. They go through to the Africa second place playoff qualification tournament.
Yeah, plenty to play for, especially with some of the results happening in this competition so far. Every point matters.
He was licking his lips for him.
And Sri Lanka showed a lot of promise in their opening match versus Korea. They were leading that game for a long facet of time, and it was right down to the end where the Korean front row managed to give a lot of dominance, and it seems to be a similar story here.
Ready? Time back on.
Radwata gets this one underway. This is McCulloch. Has a clean take.
Puller.
James Christie has made his way onto the field, replacing Coombs at halfback.
Solid exit from Hong Kong there, keeping it very simple, very clean, very clinical, taking play up to the just shy of the halfway line.
And they don't have to do too much fancy stuff here, Hong Kong. They just need to do the basics.
Top, let's just move the hooker. It's fine.
As Dasana Yankee looks to find his target, Bendara. Oh, the little banana kick is the option. This one rolls through Sayers. He's so quick and powerful is Harry Sayers. The ball comes out. McKinley West gets his first touch with a whole lot of toe. Here's McKinley West. Look at him go. He's got to get support. Christie passes this one quickly. but the returning Sri Lankans are in the way and caught themselves offside. Piers McKinlay-West with his first touch in this game with a massive run right through the centre of things.
No, 21.
Yeah, shows the impact of fresh legs, doesn't there, from Piers McKinlay-West. Lovely little step, fends, and then just opens up. He's got a bit of toe for a back row, and he's made some huge meters there for Hong Kong.
Yeah, really, really good work. And you must say, if that ball got away from Christie, there was options out wide. It was panic stations there for Sri Lanka. Just getting some clarity on things, the Sri Lankan Tuskers, as Joseph Barker looks to put this one into the corner. Better this time from Barker, and another attacking line out right on the Sri Lankan line.
No prizes for guessing what's going to happen from this one, Ash.
We can already see Van der Schmidt sitting in the pocket there, a telltale for them wanting to go for the drive. Massive throw over the back, but it lands in the hands of the Sri Lankans. Error there, Jensen goes back. This is good. Bandara. Oh, manhandled by Harry Sayers and Alex Post over the touchline. Really good defensive play, but an unforced error there from Hong Kong. Sri Lanka pounce, and they've pushed them right back to the 40.
Yeah, Hong Kong won't be happy with those little errors. I know they're out to a quite a healthy lead, but at the moment, but when they start playing against some more competitive opposition, those are the ones that matter.
Hill, lovely offload to Piers McKinlay-West. Oh, and he goes again. McKinlay-West under the sticks. What an impact he's made.
The meters man, McKinlay-West. How many meters has he made since he's come on the pitch? 2 fantastic runs. Huge contact from Tommy Hill on the midfield to offload it. And then it was like a bouncy ball, straight back on his feet again. Ran under the post. Fantastic work, Piers McKinlay-West.
Piers McKinlay-West has been going strength to strength.
Yeah, try is good. Thank you.
Piers was born in Dublin to Kiwi parents. He played for Blackrock College in Dublin. He made his debut for Hong Kong in 2017 versus Kenya. And he has made such an impact in just a couple of minutes down here at Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground.
You can see how competitive that Hong Kong back row is now, with Josh Hurchurch being the captain, Luke Van der Schmidt on 2 tries, Sawyer having a fantastic game, and now Piers McKinlay-West coming on and scoring himself.
Paul Eltier gets the extra 2. 59 to Hong Kong China, plays Sri Lanka's 7. It's so hard to stop. Big Thomas Hill with ball in hand, and McKinlay-West doing so well there to continue after contact. And the crowd are loving it down here. Sri Lanka opt to go deep, but too deep. And it's going to go back to a scrum at halfway. Compounding errors here from the Sri Lankan Tuskers, making it really difficult.
Yeah, you can see what the Tuskers are trying to do there, just force Hong Kong as far back as possible, get a bit of territory, but yeah, another unforced error from Sri Lanka. And now they've got to defend the scrum on the halfway line.
I'll be interested to see what Hong Kong China do here. They have attacking threats across the board. You would imagine Luke Van der Schmidt could potentially pick this one up blind.
You'd love to see them have a go with Sri Lanka, a man down. Sri Lanka's 10's out of the game. We've got plenty of numbers, plenty of space to attack. Will they throw caution to the wind?
An advantage played as Christie goes through to Barker, finds Nardoni. And it's another penalty coming at scrum time. But one of the Sri Lankan players has taken a bad injury in the backfield. It looks like the big man, Wikra Marachi.
Looks like a nasty one, this. You don't ever like to see somebody down and holding their head and kicking their feet.
This doesn't look good at all. He's rolled over onto his back, so that's a positive sign. Looks like some sort of hamstring injury. As we take a look now at the fantastic support that the home side has down here, and they have been given a fantastic viewing experience. Hong Kong, China putting on 59 points so far in 68 minutes. Hong Kong, China definitely in the driver's seat in this tournament so far. You would imagine they'll be getting away with the full 5 points here, putting them in the top of the table with one game to play against Korea, and that'll be in 2 weeks' time over in Incheon. And with yesterday's result, it's an uphill battle for Korea. Not only will they need to beat this Hong Kong China side, they will need to get 5 points and stop Hong Kong from getting a bonus point. A great position to be in for the home side, and the dreams of being in the Rugby World Cup are just one step closer here for Hong Kong China.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity, isn't it, for Hong Kong, but never right. Korea off. Incheon's a hard place to go and play rugby, and they'll be hurting after the result yesterday. A very, very narrow loss to the UAE, who played some very good rugby. So I'm sure they'll bounce back in 2 weeks' time in Incheon, and they'll be looking to make a point.
Absolutely. Andrew Douglas's men will not take that one lightly. It's still a massive test match for them as they prepare for what lies ahead. A really exciting time for Hong Kong China rugby. And it means so much for these guys as we see the fantastic Sri Lankan support. Sri Lanka have looked well with ball in hand. It's a sad sight to see. Hopefully he's okay. He's given the thumbs up. Hopefully that's just a muscle tear. Nothing too much more major. We're back underway, and Barker punches this one down to the 22 for another attacking line out for Hong Kong.
Sorry, I know you're quick, but the reserve never came on. They're playing with 13 currently. Just hold it. Hold it.
Sri Lanka.
Time back on.
They get this one down to the backfield. Barker. Sayers. Sayers with a lot of toe. Does he get it this time? He does. Harry Sayers into the corner. What a try from Harry Sayers.
Lovely finish there from Harry. been wanting to get on the action all game, hasn't he? The other back three have scored plenty of tries, and finally he gets his opportunity and finishes one off.
Harry Sayers, he is an absolute athlete, plays Hong Kong Sevens as well, has made his way into the 15 setup, played a number of test matches early in his career, took the stint with the Hong Kong Sevens. Now he's back in the 15 setup with their run through to making World Cup qualification, and he's putting his foot into the right spot to be selected on that open side wing, a hotly contested position in this Hong Kong China outfit.
Yeah, he's a man who's gone from strength to strength over the last few seasons, been turning up for Hong Kong in every tournament he plays for the Sevens. And we talk about the competition in the back row, and the competition in the back three for Hong Kong is also hugely hotly contested, with Max Denmark sitting this one out this week, scoring a number of tries last week. So yeah, there's competition across the park, Ash.
There certainly is, and look at the interplay here. Barker doing really well to hold that up, and Harry Sayers just getting on the outside of Karuna Talaka. Sri Lankans have taken that kickoff quickly, and Hong Kong have done well to clear their lines.
Timing.
Dasanayanka gets that one in, but it falls on the Hong Kong China side. Cinnamon spins out of one. McKinley West offload to Jenkins, but it bobbles through, and Sri Lanka are hot on attack now.
Still advantage.
Advantage being played.
No.
Big wide pass out.
No advantage, lost forward.
But nothing coming from that one. So we'll go back for a scrum. Sri Lanka will be wanting to put something together here for their fans. Put something together for their team and everyone back home, showing that they're still an important team in this Asia Rugby Championship. It's their first appearance in the championship since 2014. They had a fantastic win against Malaysia earlier in the year to get them to this spot. And it's messy, so it's a free kick. And the vice-captain goes himself with a little chip over. Harry Sayers doing well to mark that one. And they're looking to throw everything at this, the Sri Lankans.
He's just cramps there.
Karuna Talaka with a quick tap and chip to himself.
Sonny, can you check that time is right?
Yeah, you mentioned the Sri Lankan fans there, Ash. They've been fantastic today. The Sri Lankan flags have been flying, waving around in this stadium. Smiles on faces, despite the score. It's great to have them over here.
Get another opportunity here. Looking for that familiar target of Bandara, but it falls again on the Hong Kong China side, but not able to keep that one in. And knock on both ways.
Say again, Sonny.
It's all right. It's correct.
Thank you. That time is correct. Yes, sir.
A little bit messy now from both sides.
You can see Sri Lanka's set piece, especially at line-out time, starting to struggle now. They've brought the bench on. That bomb squad from Hong Kong really starting to be the difference now.
It's so important to have that depth, that strength coming off the bench. With 6 minutes to play, Hong Kong China looking to play this one away, and another scrum penalty goes the way of the home side.
Luke, and a huge thank you to HSBC for celebrating excellence in rugby.
Really big game there from Luke van der Schmidt, scoring a couple of tries, showing real dominance in that number 8 jersey. Post finds Jenkinson at the back of the lineup. Barker going wide to Worley, punches this one through for Eltier to chase. And they were looking for the 50-22. I think he was just outside of his half. So it will be a Sri Lankan put-in.
18, you're on it.
They need to get this one right, Sri Lanka. Bendata does well.
No, 5!
Radwata not able to get that one cleanly. And van der Schmidt puts a heap of pressure on him. It's carried back, so a 5-metre scrum, and Sri Lanka are under all sorts of pressure.
Yeah, strong defence there. Decent line-out from Sri Lanka, but just struggle to get it moving from that maul. Hong Kong making them pay.
Really great defensive effort there from Post, Cinnamon and van der Schmidt. Rory Cinnamon, brother of Zach Cinnamon.
Yeah, just tight it down.
Looks to get some work done.
Yeah, I know.
It's been such a big performance up front here from Hong Kong, China. A lot of tired bodies.
He can struggle on. Let's go, fellas. There's
They'll be happy with the efforts they've put in so far up front.
Be good to see Hong Kong use it here late on in the game.
Time back on.
See if he can unleash these backs. But if you're Luke van der Schmidt, man of the match performance, 2 tries in the bag, 5-metre scrum. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Ash?
You would imagine he'd want to have a little go here himself. Such a tough position for Sri Lanka to be in, 5 metres out, and van der Schmidt is holding this one in the back. They want to get the penalty here. They're going to march them over. Van der Schmidt, and he picks it and scores himself. Luke van der Schmidt has his hat-trick. What a sensational performance from this Hong Kong China front row.
Yeah, complete dominance in the set piece today from Hong Kong. Brutal scrum there, brutal scrum from Hong Kong. From start to finish in this match, they dominate the Sri Lankan pack.
As we see Rory Cinnamon marching, getting into his work, Solomona Penasia keeping his head down and pushing really well. And Luke van der Schmidt gets the spoils out the back. Really clinical up front from Hong Kong, China. Andrew Douglas will be happy with how his pack has performed here today.
Yeah, Sri Lanka haven't really looked like adding to their first half tally in the second half. Haven't really had many line breaks, if any. Be very happy with the defensive display.
As Eltier looks to convert the 2, but pushes this one wide. So the score, Hong Kong, China 71, playing Sri Lanka's 7 with only a couple of minutes to go. Sri Lanka get us underway. And Worley gets this one wide. Vanderschmidt to Barker, finds Hill. Jenkinson out in the wide channels. Eltier punches this one down. It's a massive kick from Paul Eltier. And it stops nicely. And he's looking to go himself here. He wants to take them all on. Oh, he's dancing around his goal line. He does really well to get away from that. And finds his fullback to punch a kick into the midfield. But there's options here all across the board for Hong Kong China. And Sayers is running after this one and puts a heap of pressure on Sri Lanka. It's a 5-metre scrum, but you've got to say that Rifan, what was he doing there in his own try line?
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal footwork, phenomenal audaciousness, for want of a better word, to do that on his own try line. But you do wonder why he didn't just put the ball down and then go for a 22-metre.
I guess they're looking to play. Only a couple minutes left in this test match. They're down by a number of points, so why not have a go? But Hong Kong China, too clinical. They clean that one up nicely. A great kick there from Matt Worley and superb pressure from Harry Sayers, forcing Sri Lanka back into their own try line. And it's another 5-metre scrum that they're going to have to defend.
I can see Luke Vandersmith licking his lips already for this next scrum, Ash. It's already on 3 tries and a man-of-the-match performance.
You would imagine if it isn't broke, don't fix it, and they will look to put real pressure in this scrum once again.
I wonder if, as captain, Tommy Hill at 12 might have something to say about that.
And we just get the call that it is last play, so one last roll of the dice here for Hong Kong China. Here we go. What can Hong Kong China do with this last attacking opportunity? Sri Lanka have to defend this scrum. The loose forwards have to stay on tight. They've got to give everything to nullify this threat.
Both reset.
Goes to ground before the ball is in, so it's going to be a reset scrum
Don't overextend.
as we tick over the 80-minute mark.
Alex Post there, very keen to scrum.
And why wouldn't he be? They've had such dominance up front here.
Okay, higher, higher, higher.
Really impressed with the likes of Rory Cinnamon and Solomon Penasia coming on and making real impact up front.
Fine. Sit.
That's a better platform.
That's the advantage.
But they've got the advantage and they play this one away. Hill gets it across and Barker throws that wide to Worley. And Matt Worley gets another one. 15 tries in 13 games. He is an absolute try-scoring machine, and what better fit to finish off this test match than a try from Matt Worley right near the sticks.
Try is good. Thank you.
Yeah, really good execution there from Hong Kong backs. Lovely shape, lovely passing selection from Joe Barker there. And nice to see that the tries were shared out to the back sometimes.
Yeah, Andrew Douglas will be happy with that performance. Although some errors creeping in certain facets, overall, Hong Kong China have been far too strong here today. Taking this one out, 78 points to 7. Hong Kong China looking really, really dominant across the board. As we see this final try of Worley dotting down. And the Hong Kong China home fans really happy with their home side and what they've put together today.
We would like to once again thank the Hong Kong China team sponsors.
Yeah, really clinical performance from Hong Kong. 78 points to 7. Lots of tries, lots of line breaks, lots of fantastic performances as well. But I mean, for Sri Lanka, some special mentions. Bandara, number 14, I thought was outstanding today, and Marasinghe, number 4 for Sri Lanka as well, also stood up very nicely today and played at a really good level.
Yeah, they still have a bit to take away from this. A lot of good learnings. Sri Lanka will need to go back to the drawing board, understand where they can get things right. There is so much emerging talent in Sri Lanka. They have a tremendous rugby program that's just been going strength to strength. And this won't be the last we hear of Sri Lanka. They've got UAE in their next matchup. They'll be looking to put on a performance against the UAE to secure their positioning here in the Asia Rugby Championship. Now let's have a look at all the highlights here from the second half. And up first, another massive maul. Scott scores well. Vanderschmidt here for his first of 3 from 30-something meters out. So strong.
One going up.
A real treat, this try. Lovely chip kick, offload in the air, offload out the back, and one more offload to finish. And there's that man, Matt Worley, with his first try. Josh Hurchley with the big arm. Dots down for his next try.
And this one here from Tommy Hill, linking up with Paul Eltier. One of his 3 as Sri Lanka get their try through their impressive wingers. Bandara showing really good footwork.
Matt Worley bringing in the defenders nicely, but Paul Eltier again just with absolute gas. A lovely swerve to finish.
This one was lovely from Rory Cinnamon, bumping one off and then linking in with Matt Worley. Another driving maul here for Luke Vanderschmidt to dot down for his second of 3.
Lovely offload from Tommy Hill. And there's Pierce McKinley-West. Instant impact on the game. Huge meters. And a lovely try under the posts.
As Gristy gets this one to Nandoni. And Sayers just showing way too much gas out on that wide channel. And this is Vanderschmidt's 3rd try from a really impressive scrummaging performance.
And then the final on Matt Worley's hat-trick as well. Nice start of play from Hong Kong. Good hands from Joe Barker. Lots of space for Matt Worley.
And Hong Kong, China have done so well here. So let's cross over to the interviews to hear their thoughts on this test match.
Right, I've got Josh here, captain of Hong Kong China team. Josh, another win and another step closer to the Rugby World Cup. How proud are you of this performance?
Yeah, you know, anytime you can get a bonus point win in front of your home fans is pretty satisfying. I'm not sure if there's going to be too many smiles in the coaching box. We probably left a few out there, but hopefully everyone that came out was entertained.
Well done. So Sri Lanka newcomers, they just joined this year, the Asia Rugby Emirates Men's Championship. How was the preparation going into this match?
Yeah, really happy to have Sri Lanka back in the competition. I think they add a lot in terms of the style they play. They're exciting and dangerous athletes. So it was a big week to prepare for them and happy to come away with the maximum.
Well done. So you've got an off week now, then a big game on the 5th of July, which could be the decider for the Asia Rugby 1 spot. How will these 2 weeks look for you guys?
Yeah, it'll be a pretty chill week after this. You know, take stock, look at our game, look at the game, look at Korea, and Yeah, it's just super exciting times. I know there's flights from Hong Kong to Incheon that they're starting to fill up, so it'd be good to see as many Hong Kong China supporters heading over as we try to create some history.
Well done. Enjoy the off weekend and good luck for the 5th of July.
Yeah, thanks again for all the kind messages from the week. The boys really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to next week. Thank you.
And now we have the man of the match interview, the ever elusive winger, Paul Altier. Paul Altier, really dominant performance, scoring a hat-trick of tries and also getting a number of points from the boot. He is your Emirates player of the match. A difficult selection as there was impressive performances across the board. Luke van der Schmidt, one of them, outstanding performance today. But Paul Altier gets the nod. As the home side looks to connect with all the fans down here at Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground. And Hong Kong China get a well-earned rest next week where they will have a break. And as Josh Hurstich said there, they will recoup, repair and get ready for their next test against South Korea, who have everything to play for. It's a massive game in Incheon in 2 weeks' time. The winner going through to the Rugby World Cup, and Hong Kong China have set themselves in a great position to do exactly that.
Yeah, you mentioned him there, talking about history and making history for Hong Kong. What a fantastic opportunity for this group of guys. Good to see you guys. And the rugby community in Hong Kong.
Alex Post getting around his fan base. He has been a fantastic component of this Hong Kong China side for a long time. Recently just became a father as well. So a big congratulations to the Post family. And Alessandro Nardoni getting his first cap in spectacular fashion.
Great to see that interaction between the players and the crowd. It's one thing that this group of players is really good at, is making sure they spend time with the crowd and give back. There's such a small, tight-knit community in Hong Kong, the rugby community, so great to see so many faces out there and the players mingling.
Rory Cinnamon, so good on a selfie there with his fans. He played really well up front, also with ball in hand. Andrew Douglas will be happy with that performance. As we said, it's not completely sealed off yet, but they are oh so close to achieving this historical entrance into the Rugby World Cup. This will be massive for the Hong Kong China Rugby Union.
Great to hear the level head there on Josh Hurstich as well, saying that they left a few points out there. I think he'd be accurate in saying that, perhaps a little bit harsh given the result, but yeah, great to see that he's already looking forward to next week and reflecting on this game and how they can improve going into that Korea game.
And that's a true mark of a real professional side, always looking to get better.
I think to the Sri Lankans as well, they've definitely earned their place in this top competition. They thrilled last week with their tight loss, and they've shown glimpses of what they're capable of in this competition, and I'm sure they'll only go from strength to strength in the next matches.
you're completely right there, Jamie. They had a really good performance against South Korea last week. It's so difficult to go back-to-back with truly special performances, especially when you have to travel all the way here to Hong Kong in the heat and in the wet. But it is Hong Kong, China, who have done enough today. We have had a fantastic showcase of running rugby. And that is all from the commentary team. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ashton Hyde, and alongside me, Jamie Hood. Have a lovely evening wherever you're watching this game.